Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another quarterfinals series of the Revolt Royale 2. We do have Radovan versus Kibble, and we have Radovan playing as the Ottoman on the color blue, and we have Dutch here on the south part of the map. That's Mr. Kibble, M-Falk Enjoyer playing as the Dutch, and with me I have Manakiku as a co-caster, and welcome everyone.
You forget one beautiful element. Kibble, he is real to the tradition. He is playing in orange, so style points for him. Radovan playing Ottoman in blue. What is that shit, man? You have to play Otto in red. Even red against orange is not always beautiful, but if you want your style points, 1-0 for Kibble so far. And yeah, curious to see what these players are up to.
Yeah, so
yes, land grab?
Land grab is gonna give your meals a bit cheaper. You can build them faster. You can also have livestock pens, sacred fields. Haciendas are cheaper. We don't have any haciendas, but livestock pens, we haven't seen livestock pens yet, so easy cooking something is huge here. Imagine that if you have like a lot of coin and a lot of food coming through really fast, you can just spam units like crazy. But yeah, meals are a bit slower, but you can still go, they're cheaper, and it's all the micro involved with livestock pens. It could be overwhelming as well.
Yeah, and I don't think they have like that cow. Oh no, with Brazil you can get those cowboy units, right? They can eat the livestock, so maybe that's something he's cooking up. Maybe your wishes are coming true, Caverna. Maybe we're gonna see some Brazil in this game. Let's take a little look at Radovan's deck, maybe.
Right. So Rado playing the autos. That's the deck.
Revolt, it's called. And I think I see some Gav Archer decks in there. So,
yeah, so you go for 3 views. He has schooners. He has a blind port, which is a pretty good option for water. He exchanged all his food for a great amount of wood, and he can just drop a bunch of boats and docks. So normally, sometimes you would probably skip the 3 views, go for schooners, and then age up, gather a bunch of wood. Or you can actually delay that card, which could be also an interesting thing to do, where you delay a little bit, so you go for extra economy early on, and then you go gather more food. So when you actually exchange you use a sublime port, you're gonna have something like 3,000 food. That could be something great. You get something like 4,000 wood. You get all the TPs. You drop a bunch of docks, and it'll be cheaper because you probably by then you already send schooners. So that could be quite interesting.
Okay, looking at the decks, my bet here is it's gonna be Romania versus Brazil. That is what I'm thinking as a noob who doesn't know how to revolt, but that's what my money is on. And let me know in the chat, guys, if you agree. But yeah, we don't. We see Radovan already sending sublime ports here, so he's gonna get his food traded into wood already. And let's look at the bubble there, man. Oof.
Yeah,
1300.
My opinion is he's either gonna do Egypt or Hungary, and I think he's gonna go Hungary.
2k wood.
Let's see. So
yeah, 2k wood from that. My goodness.
Oh, he did send a sublime port. Yeah. I think he sent a bit too early. I would like to send schooner first, go to H3, and send that delayed sublime port. Yeah, you don't get that early resources, but at the same time, you get extra wood. Would that be a thing? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'd like to get something the idea of having like something like 3,000. Look, you're having 3 docks. You have 1,000 wood only. You know what I mean? Maybe a delayed sublime port would be even better because you just got food so much faster. But even though he doesn't even have hunting dogs at the time, so but when you got the wood you get by 0.55, and I think unupgraded villagers gather 69 onto hunts.
I think he's gonna
Not
skip
bad though.
schooners. I think he's gonna skip schooners. He's just gonna go for like 12 fishing boats or something, or like maybe 16. He's getting economic
Yeah.
theory at this moment, and yeah, just try to boom 3 docks and get that eco going early. And he's keeping a lot of his villagers onto wood, which is kind of surprising, right? It's the slowest gathering resource of the game.
It's not a big deal. He's getting like with the upgrades now, but the thing is this is our extra town centers. If you're thinking that way, so he's gonna do this until he has about I don't know, maybe like you said, maybe 20 boats or something, and then he's gonna put everybody on food, and then he'll probably send 1,000 coin next, and his boats will be gathering a lot of food now. They're on coin actually. Maybe he just wants to get the whale connection, so they stay on the coin since from the start, and then the other guys go to food. It's not bad. Also, it's pretty good, and he's on 31 villagers. Kibble, on the other hand, is on 5 banks, 20 villagers already with the coffee trade just arriving, or sorry, the church upgrade card, advanced church. You see the first market up coming up. Very late market, since we focused so much on the banks. It was pretty much like 5 banks straight until 7 minutes in game. And deck wise, he what else he has? We haven't seen Dutch send advanced arsenal as much. He also has the option for going for grenade launchers. We do have grenade launcher, sorry. We have grenadier options as well for USA revolts, I think. So interesting to see this card in deck, which is something that could trigger some reaction from your opponent.
Yeah, but I think if you get that Washington grenade card, you already get the upgrade, the grenade launcher tech, I believe. So I'm not sure if that stacks with each other, but I don't think so.
Which one?
Yeah, that grenade launcher tech. If you revolt to the one you were showing, the grenade launcher. So if you revolt to USA, you actually have a card called Washington's Continental Grenadiers, and that already activates the grenade launcher card for your civilization. So I don't think those 2 cards are stacking with each other. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The traps coming in. We got the coffee trade. We are on 8 minutes in game. Oh, you're gonna have some treasure contestation here. Oh no, that was not contested at all. I want to see what Radovan is up to. Radovan is the underdog here. He's finally finished the water boom. He's on 20 boats with random plant and economic theory. 5 vills. He went for as much as resources as you can get. He's trying to be as effective as possible to boost his early economy as fast as possible without going with the town center route. And because villagers, he only has 25 villagers, and now he just getting Galata Tower district from the church, which is gonna allow him to have more villagers. I don't know how long. There's 9 minutes in game. I don't know if he idled this as much or not. Hopefully he didn't. He also sent the 2 monasteries. But one over here, another one. Hopefully he's sending far away from his base. Hopefully he's sending. It would be nice to send over here. He said he said maybe, yeah. I don't know if you can build here. I don't think you can build here even from the natives. So possibly you wouldn't be able to. But I'm not sure. I know that, for example, docks in treaty games, you're allowed to build outside the circle area. I don't know if the native wagons are into mines that actually allowed as well. It'd be a very curiosity. If anybody know, you can. I think.
Yeah, okay. He's saying you can.
The first copper mine running out here for Radovan.
Yes.
Standing. Oh, there we go. We are going for Hungary Revolt. We're sending extensive fortifications that allow him to build twice as many outposts and increase their hit points for all fortifications. And in Hungary Revolt, if you're not aware, you get an outpost for every shipment once you get revolted, and your settlers becomes granziers. And they are revolutionaries with more range but with less hit points. But for each outpost you have in a map, you get a Maillard Hussar. It's so strong, and you have like shipments that you actually send more Maillard Hussars later. You can make Maillard Hussars if I'm not mistaken. So it's you can guess up to like 40 or 30, 40 Maillard Hussars. They're really strong. They're sort of like Mamelukes.
Yeah, those Magyar Hussars, man, they rock the place. But yeah, of course, it depends on what your opponent is. Like against, let's say, a Dutch South Africa, aren't they like good at making goons? I would say, not even making the.
Okay, we are back. We are back. We done it. Let me just turn off all this noise around me here. Let's go. It took a little bit of time, but we got it. Unfortunately, couldn't get the X Spectator onto a saved game, but we are black to hell.
So let's see. Okay, both of these players are reaching H4 right now. They still have 4 minutes to revolt. We see Kibble has his first factory out, shipping his second factory. Is that a H4 wood crate that he's shipping after this factory? Or
yes, that's 1600 wood.
Damn.
And riding school, H2 card.
And riding school. Okay. I'm loving that so far. He doesn't have as much banks as Batu had in the last series, so hopefully his income will be enough to sustain his economy once he revolted. But he's actually starting to mess up some of these Reuters, and this is what I'm afraid of if we're gonna see some Romania here.
That sounds more like a USA. USA, you can go transform them into carabiniers.
I mean, if we're gonna see Romania from Radovan.
From Radovan? Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, because that was your thoughts, right?
Yes, yes. We have the
Hungary from Radovan, and then we're gonna see those
USA
Magyar Hussars. And yeah, if we have a lot of goons.
Yes, especially because also they get the Spahi as well. Because if you go auto, if you go Egypt, you're gonna get a lot of musketeers, right? I think that's what you get. But I think the revolt itself is a little bit weaker than the Hungary one. Let me see. You have the Egyptians, Romanians, and Hungary and Barbary. I think Barbary. We haven't seen people doing Barbary on Ottomans. I think we was it Lionheart? They used it and lost it. But I think Hungary is the better option. If I see Ottomans, I would be betting they would be going for Hungary. And let's not forget, this is not a secret. This is not a. If you start seeing outposts, you know your opponent is up to. I'm pretty sure Kibble scouted his base. He knows that an outpost, maybe. Nope, doesn't know. But he knows that there's some Spahi coming through. Or maybe, yeah, I think he hasn't seen it. This is what he has seen before. And Radovan cannot know what Dutch can do at all. He's focused on his build, he's focusing on what he can see, and he's going for it.
He's getting cavalry cuirass at this moment, so yeah. Will we see some of those Spahis from the church? Probably we'll see those. Look at these stats on these bad boys already, man. My goodness. Ottoman is really a balanced civ, I have to say.
Yeah.
And,
yeah, definitely H4 timings are very strong with the true bombards. We see now the Capiculu Corps coming through, and the Corps as well, and the new World Infantry. All the church attacks all coming through one by one. we are 15 minutes, so the revolts must be coming through anytime soon. We are 40 seconds for the revolt. Let me see what Kibble's on the other side is up to. I think he sent everything he wanted to send. He sent the cavalry combat as well. He's sitting uncomfortably on 7 banks. Church. Oh, we got the kind of thing where we can no longer see. We need watching for a recording game. Let's see.
Ooh.
Here comes a
US
fort.
of A, my friends.
So that's it. That's a USA versus Hungary revolt. We do have we have 97 readers on the field. The fort might go down here. We have a lot of bombards already in the field. And one shot they go down. A very forward artillery founder as well. Mano, que cool.
These bombards are in prime position to take over the game from here. The carbine cavalry transformation card is coming in.
Yep.
So these Reuters are gonna switch over to the other side. They're becoming carbine cavalry, guard carbine cavalry. And Kibble has to start engaging here or else he's gonna lose down. Look at the amount of goons, man. Jesus Christ. The heavy cap of Radovan is actually connecting to the revolutionaries here, and my goodness, what a war is this?
Here comes the blue guards as well for the assist, and for this initial push, I think Radovan's gonna hurt. And there's so much infantry here as well with the blue guards. The mercenaries are still being dealt here with the carbine cavalry.
But the Krenzers are actually holding their own quite well. The blue guards are trapped in their own little town, and the area of effect of these spies, my goodness, they're slapping down everything that Kibble is throwing at them. But now the mass for Hungary is starting to dwindle. We're still fighting in the USA base at this moment, and the next batch of Magyar Hussars is arriving. But do you want to run your heavy cav in this amount of goons? I don't think so. Kibble, Radovan is going for extra Magyar Hussars with his next shipment, so he's doubling down on heavy cav here.
I wonder if that was a premature fight for Radovan, because he also can have some skirms of his own or not. I'm not sure. I don't think he can. No, he doesn't have it.
You can get those Hashdukes from that card above it. And those are like counter skirms. So
okay.
I think they are.
Yeah, he either has to go for something like artillery, but he couldn't dive with the cav against this massive amounts of anti-cav, especially after you see USA. I would sort of try to scout before I go in with my cav, but you still have so many on the field. Look at that. You still have 22. Even if they are being countered here, if they connect, they do a lot of damage. They have 49 damage here, and they tank a lot. It takes a lot of hits to take them down. And Radovan doing pretty well. He's still like the mass of the dragoons are gone now. Let me see.
Yeah, this fight is so fucking close, man. I can really not say who's winning here, but 27 dragoons, that is still quite a lot. You still have some of those grenadiers here in the fight, and it looks like Kibble is cleaning up the mass here. 7 of these Washington grenadiers, and look, they do have the grenade launcher tech here. He's cleaning up the Hungarian army again. Kibble now shipping citizenships behind this, so he's going for the eco play, and he's in a comfortable position right now.
Yeah, that's not a bad position. And after he got the villages as well, he'll be able to start gathering some food as well into the map, and then he'll be able to replenish his army. At the moment, I think he's supposed to have a tavern. I would like to see maybe these factories on wood, and you can be maybe making units that cost wooden coin or something like that. Or he doesn't have a tavern. Look, that's a big mistake on his fault. That's why he had to send citizenship so he can actually get citizens to actually do the tavern for him, because he didn't have anybody to build them. But very quickly thought here on the priest to get the extra HP on his carbine cavalry. The thing with Hungary, let's see what does his economy is good enough to come back from this. He's upgrading his outposts here. He's taking some of the TP lines. He's he has a couple boats, right? He still has the 21 boats. The food is running out. He has two whales, and he has 9 villagers. And villagers now, I think he has to pay for them on the town centers. They're no longer free.
I think they are costing coin also, right? The citizens, or is it food?
I wasn't. Let me see if I hover over them. Yeah, they cost 70 coin because they're citizens now. They're not. They're no longer Ottoman units.
Yeah.
They have been conquered by their colonizers in. or maybe they are the peasants from the colonizer itself. Let's
we
take
are
it that
playing
way.
in Wallachia, so that's a very historical accurate position to play as Hungary, or like the Hungarian Empire in the old days. But yeah, Radovan now trying to take over this House of Wettin, and yeah, for him it's a very valuable native. If he can get the Golden Reiter on his Magyar hussars, then they get a sick amount of armor. So yeah, the game is still balancing on a knife's edge, but look at the resources for Radovan. Only like about 1400 in the bank. I think Kibble has a bigger amount of coin right now.
Yeah, I was thinking about what he's gonna do with resources. Put the factories on wood, so he can make artillery. That's what I was thinking of, because he had still a big mass of cavalry, and Radovan has a good idea. He's going for horse guns here. That's really gonna complement his army very well, especially against the grenadiers here.
Yeah, and the Grams are not really paying attention. These, yeah, what are they called? These Grenzers are really taking them out quite nicely. Now getting a big shipment of Krabats here, and it's looking good again for Radovan. Is he gonna catch these culverins out? That would be very detrimental. That is a big load of gold. Grenzers are just right-clicking forward. Culverins with some nice shots on the horse guns. Still 3 culverins are live.
Ooh, nice shot.
Oh my goodness. One horse gun survives here. And these Grenzers, man, they're just sniping down the carbine cavalry. They're doing quite a nice job. I'm very impressed by these Hungarian revolutionaries, I have to say.
Well, they have 300. Oh, that's the cav. 180. Yeah, they're just average. I think that people just need a little bit of time to actually start popping units. There you go. You know, we have Gatling camels there. But they're taking out the damage by themselves. I think they should have been tanked by the covering cavalry, or just maybe just wait some time so you can actually get into the horse guns as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, their Gatlings, they're very weak, and then they need to be on the back line, I think. What does he do now? Let me see Kibble's perspective here. He's the defense. So there we go. Finally got some skirmishes as well in the field. He's going to be able to deal with the revolutionaries, but he's 12 villagers, more reinforcement horse guns for Radovan.
He's under quite a bit of pressure here. The first banks are going down. Yeah, Radovan taking his time, not right-clicking his army into the middle of the base, but yeah, he's sieging down the banks quite fast with his horse gun, and yeah, Kibble in a precarious situation here. He really needs to do something about these horse guns. I think he's making 2 more culverins, getting some skirmishers of himself. And
Yeah, he's going for a Scum Goon comp Revolt. Radovan is on 19 outposts at the moment. He's still on 8 boats, so that's 4 in each whale at this point, gathering at the rate of 0.9, almost 2 villages on coin per boat. He still has 22. What are units? What is that?
yeah, you get like a musketeer, Greek musketeer unit if he presses the button, and he gets 22 of them. So
These guys.
No, it's
No?
the sacred band unit. You cannot make them. But yeah, he still has to press the button, man. Sometimes you just press these buttons and the units flop out of them. But look at the map control that Radovan has, man. He has the water, he has the left side of the map, he's controlling the TPs. I think he's feeling quite nicely in this position at this moment.
Yeah, he's making villages now on the town centers, keeping the mass that he already has and just adding up with the horse guns. He knows his opponent has some coverage, so he's a bit more reluctant now to push in. And we cannot see what the mark and arsenal upgrades no longer. Yeah, still has access to this side of the map. There's still a bit of coin here. Does he has any more coin into this side? Yeah, he still has a bunch of coin as well. Kibble, on the other hand, has consumed most of his coin. Well, look at this one. And they're almost dead. After these 2 coins are done, he's going to be fully reliant on his banks. He lost 2 banks already. And he's building a fort behind his TC next to the banks and the factory. That's a wise decision right there.
Yeah, and both of his factories are on heavy production, which I like. But he needs something to spice up that artillery train time. Doesn't he have like a tech in his deck? I thought USA Revolt, they have something to get better or faster artillery, right? That yeah, he's shipping it now. The Nox artillery train. So getting 5 culverins and getting improved build time. But we see Radovan
5 covers.
is that yeah, 5 culverins and better train time is that.
What is the here?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's really hurting as well when it comes to the XP curve here for him is really hurting. He has a little bit of weakness, but a little bit forward here. The fort's still not up. It's a lot of units from Radovan, especially he sent the big button, as you could hear that little music playing in the background. All the artillery is probably done here for Radovan. But I'm not sure. It's just so only dragoons and then not many quantities. Radovan with great pressure. All of the coverings are dying. The whole shipment that he just sent is dead. The resources are dying out as well. There's 2 heavies coming through, but it's not going to be enough. A nice volley here with the camels, but people just calls it. And Radovan, the underdog, taking the win.
Radovan with the big brain, waiting out his Greek revolution to just have a shitload of musketeers and then just right-click the enemy base. Damn, that was a great display of Hungary's strength here, Caverna. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it was very nice. I like Hungary. I think he's one of the great revolts, and he managed to keep eco going. He managed to rethink his strategy. I think he had great losses in the beginning. I think Kibble had a great start after the bell. He just couldn't really transition. I think he lost some of the momentum there. He had to wait for capitalism. He didn't have like a tavern to pop units. He didn't use his coin to make maybe it's like heavy artillery and actually put the pressure with using the heavy artillery as skirmishers, because he had a lot of dragoons. I think at the time was into Kibble's hand, and I think he let that go. He could have taken this win. I think this kind of matchup, USA Hungary has probably I think this is a very good matchup here, and I think it's Radovan just was a bit more prepared and managed to adapt better and taking the win.
So welcome guys to Revolt Royale Season 2. We're playing on the map. What's the map called?
This is
Caucasus?
Balkan Mountains.
This is Balkan Mountains? Oh.
Yeah, Balkan Mountains.
Alright, we're playing on Balkan Mountains, and in the north side of the map we have Mr. Kibble playing in the color red as the red coach. My man getting style points after style points. And he's playing as the British. And I cannot see his explorer, man. Well,
Really?
what's his name? I cannot see him.
It's John
It's Mr.
Cena.
John Cena. But anyway, he's playing against Radovan. And Radovan in the blue, the underdog, taking a first game in the series. And he's playing as Los Mexicanes, El Mexico. So curious to see what he got up in his sleeve now. And yeah, we didn't see these civilizations played today yet.
Not today, but we've seen last time. We had who was it? Was the Indian guy? It's Reborn. Reborn had a nice play with the Mexicans, with the Chinaco build. It's out on YouTube if you want to check that out.
Right,
Onto the Free Food Party YouTube. Yeah, it was pretty good one. It was very, very worth and video to check. It was pretty cool build. I think you even can put the stuff off onto supremacy matches as well, which is pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so
maybe Radovan watched that VOD and thought to himself, "That's a juicy strategy." Who knows?
Exactly. It's very worth to seeing what someone has done successfully, and if you think that is strong and you're trying to reproduce it, improve it, and then let's see if he's gonna deviate or do it better or similar to what we're seeing Reborn do. And also Robot is asking why the TP though? Because you're on a 3D of 15 minutes, you get the extra experience. You can send multiple cards like Visioneer Company. You can go. So we have the Greenwich card. So you don't have to send the 3 views, and then with that you get also the more experience with the natives. But this doesn't give you more experience at all. This is going to be a card gonna give you some more text. I wonder if it's going to be worth. I understand Greenwich. If you get Greenwich is good on its own as well because it's going to give you 20% less into research text and age up time. But let's see here. He gets 15% his own attack, 5% attack for other ranged units. So if you go for something like Canada, you're gonna have that epic rate there. You can have 2 monasteries. I think the monasteries might be a good equal boost in the beginning. He has 15% HP for buildings and ships, and this is just 40% dock gather rate. So it's not the greatest for land kind of native settlement. The Hand of Hausberg, the good thing about that one is it gives you the option go for some military improvements, and you have the monasteries, right? If you want the monasteries, that's why you probably went for that one. If you're in for Hausberg, you can have things like a home seat shipment, which I think that's nice. You can also have 20% XP per own building, so if you have a lot of buildings, you can send that later on. And
that
you can.
Is very good for British, like.
Yeah, because that's the manners.
XP for extra building, my goodness.
Exactly. Yeah, so I think the options for Brits is going 3 views Virginia Company, 3 views Greenwich time. We've seen that a lot. Because if you send Virginia Company, you get half of the XP when you build a house, right? So some people prefer not to send Virginia Company at all and go for just 2 cards in the H1. Some people ignore the village and go for just 2 cards. And some people ignore the Greenwich timing, just go for Virginia Company 3 views. So yeah, that's these 3 combinations of we have seen so far. I have not seen someone that sent 3 of them. I don't remember 3 of them being popped out in H1. But who knows? Let's see. Maybe they might do that. But he's going full 700 wood. I don't think you're gonna send 3 views anymore at this point. And that's Mexico's deck here, Magnifico.
Wow. So he's going for the settler cards, right? Is that the Tlaxcala settler?
Yeah.
Tlaxcala textiles. So 2 settlers for each hacienda. He already sent the land grab, so he's going for quite a sick hacienda boom, where he can get a lot of haciendas, a lot of free settlers, and yeah, get his economy rolling that way. And I kind of like this one. So it is gonna be a Chinaco spam, as you called it, I think.
Yep.
Because in
This
H4, yeah,
Gayada. It's pretty much like we've seen before with Reborn. Unlike the early Cantina, give you the 1 villager on coin, and is any 3D game is quite could be quite wise thing to do. The extra boost, he send the villager card, land grab, and now he will be able to send these 2 villagers per ascendas, and after he builds more ascendas, he gets 2 more villagers as well. So you just keep on getting more ascendas, getting also it doesn't get 1 foot per second, so it's pretty much like village and something. And also you got extra villagers, pretty much like 3 villagers now per ascenda, if you think about it.
yeah, that's crazy, man. And is there a limit on how many haciendas you can make? Do you know that?
There is, yes.
There should be, right? Yeah.
That is, I think it's about 7.
Still, that's crazy, man. That's 14 villagers and then 7 villies on foot. If he keeps it on foot. Man. But he can also put that on villagers, right? If he ages up to H3, so...
Yes.
And is the way like to go into like Central America or Baja and then re-revolt? Or is it the way to just normal age up?
No, I think that's exactly what he's gonna do. He sent this revolt card now, as you can see, because gonna make his revolts cheaper. So he revolt for something like South Central America or Baja, and then he revolts back to H4, and then he has to revolt either into California or Texas, and that's the only 2 acceptable revolts. It must be at the minute 15. And then after that, you can do whatever you want after the fact that you have to land in Texas or California.
Yeah, so yeah, probably California then. I mean, that's like a more gap.
Yeah, because the thing with California, you get Californios, so you revolt, so your cav can actually you send a shipment into the revolt deck, where your Californios can actually work on the ascendas, and then you put them to work on the ascendas, and you send Chaheada, and then you can start making spend like a lot of Chinacos really fast. Because if you don't have Californios work on the ascendas after you revolt, like something like Texas, then there was no point, right? So we definitely expect here a California revolt.
Okay, that's cool, man. Cool build from Radovan so far, as we expect. And yeah, with Central America, you get 7 villagers, I think, too, right? From that revolt. So he's on 50 villagers already. It's 8 minutes into the game. That's quite nice.
Yeah, he's already on the 7 ascendas that he can make. As you can see, he can no longer make ascendas, and now he can no longer make villagers. Let's see that he's overpopped, and he's not even caring because I think his whole build is involved into this. And the cool thing that most people actually send on Central America is that actually the church will allow the buildings into surroundings to heal themselves. As you can see, the first cathedral being built there, the second one being shipped by Central America, and then all these buildings within these surroundings, if damaged, they will be healed. So all his ascendas, all his completed base is completely protected by that. Plus, they give you 2 XP per second, which is quite a lot. Experience is something like maybe like 2 TPs, you know what I mean? So that's like, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's a really cool build. I think he's re-revolting already.
Yes, correct. He's going back to Mexico now since he's had a cheaper revolt, so it allows him to go back pretty fast, and he's on 9 minutes 50. And we see this stuff being pulled off on Supremacy as well. It's not like a big deal. Actually, this stuff happens.
Yeah, it's a great great build there. What I notice in Central America, the veterancy upgrade card for your cav or for your infantry, is that not something that's worth? I mean, it seems like Central American cavalry, Central American infantry, like on the bottom line they have that. But then you get vet tech for all your cav or all your uh
Veteran upgrades for your stable units, so I don't think you care much about veteran upgrades for your units. You can just get that.
That's only for the.
It's veteran. It's veteran. It's not like guard or imperial. And and this is, remember, this is a 2.5 age up, right? So this is for people that are into Central America and they are playing, they stuck here, not making many villagers, and they're out of resources, and they send something like this to get veteran researches for all their cav, and have like something like dragoons enabled. And this one does the same thing, but for your barracks, but doesn't give you any new units. Maybe you can think maybe this one here, you arrive fast and your settlers become revolutionaries, so it's not going to be worth for them. You have this one to give you 4 soldados and 1 petard per shipment. It's not great as well. So this one gives you another. So that's I think the only thing you can really send is the cathedral here, unless you have something funky. You wanna go pioneers. Yeah, there's not much you can send here.
I mean that Salvadorian coffee is also not bad. That's the second one. No, on the like the fifth one. Sorry, the second one from the right on the top. That's like you get a settler for each shipment you've sent. So
yeah, he could have done something like that. Instead of going for church, he could have gone for this. That would be a different option. He's thinking more into.
Then it would be 6 settlers because the church gives him the 7th.
Right. So is 6 villagers. So like for example, all the idling time that he had going for Central America would be paid off. It was like he didn't idle at all by sending that card, and then he go back to age 4 without idling. And he went very cheap route because he went for a cheaper revolts. So that is a very good path you can actually get yourself into. Let me see what's going on here with these guys.
Maybe we should also look at Kibble a little bit. We've been talking about Radovan the whole game. What's Kibble is his angle here? He has a lot of revolts to his options. We can see Canada, we can see United States, Haiti, maybe South Africa. I mean, I've been beaten once by a Haiti player in the 1v1s. So
yeah, Haiti is very strong. They have a lot of musketeer power. They have a lot of good shipments as well. A lot of natives gameplay. They're quite strong. It can be quite strong. We see my Haiti gameplay here. It's probably on YouTube already. It's pretty strong.
Yeah, they are.
So here we have 20 manor houses. 700 coins, 700 wood. He has the option for grenadiers here as well. The terraced cards are here. Terraced houses. Smelling food downstairs, smelling good.
Yeah, I mean that grenadiers. That if he goes for those grenadiers and like the musketeer upgrade cards, that screams USA to me. Oh no, but Kibble is not allowed to go USA, right? No. He played USA, so he can only choose Canada, Haiti, or South Africa. So yeah, we really have to focus on those 3. I don't think South Africa. Like, I would rather see South Africa from the Dutch. Start. So probably Canada or Haiti. I'm thinking. I don't know what the chat is thinking here for Kibble. Guys, help me out. What's Kibble gonna do here? Is he gonna go Canada, Haiti, or South Africa? I'm curious now.
I'll be right back. I don't want to see what's going on. Why they're taking so long? Oh, you're back. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, so there's some food on the floor. 500 food age up, with 2 semi-fattened cows. So that's a lot of food here, and there's a lot of food on the on the play here. What is this all about? You know what's gonna happen?
For that
You know what's
house,
yes,
deck.
it's because he's going for terraced houses, and he's going. So you have 20 houses. That's gonna cost him 2,000 food to have a full batch of single villagers out of each single manor that he has. So as soon as they become states. Look at that. They are states now, and look at that. He's instantly spent 2,000 food into 20 villages.
Jesus.
And we have 20 villages being produced, plus the town center on top of that. That's pretty great. The thing about the Canada Revolt that Kibble does very, very well, that nobody done so far as well as he did, he's actually using the villagers as actually military, and he does that with when he revolts, he gets like pioneers. He upgrades the market. Don't forget to use blunt busters, and you have to find a way to get yourself food. Like, you have to surround yourself with food, and once you get like a constant income of food, then you allow to retrain them, right? They could be very good resource against artillery, because they're gonna have good multipliers, and they don't have the extra damage from the multipliers from the artillery. So yeah, it's definitely a good option.
Also, what also stacks is that Greek Revolution that gives your villagers extra bonus damage and HP, I believe. So if he times that big button good, then he's gonna be unbeatable. And yeah, like in a couple seconds, he will have 99 villagers, I believe. And yeah, I think Kibble is feeling good about himself in this case.
Yeah, yes. Kibble needs this, and then he's going for his strongest revolt. We think he did this against Julian. He was the only guy that beat Julian on the previous Revolt Royale tournament.
Yeah, that's really saying something. So
exactly,
great stuff.
Let's see if he can pull this off again. But Radovan, like I said, this guy is prepared. He knows his build order. He spends time into his build orders, and you gotta admire that, the time that he put into the process. And I think Radovan is a guy that always played Mexico as well into the Revolt Royale 1, and it is something that he does, and he uses not just because he saw Reborn playing Mexico. That's a seed that he plays very well as well. And look at those taverns. Monarchical, now he can actually have sweet spikes, royal horsemen, and mounted riflemen. Look at that, the Californios, the Californios revolts in place. We are 1 minute still to be revolt, but they are already there next to the Ascendas. They are Now there's a card there that allows them to. It has to send what is that one? Ranchos. So ranchos allow Californians to harvest as animals and work at haciendas. So straight away you see that he's sending ranchos. There we go. That's the card right there.
Damn, that's a crazy tech. That's a crazy tech, man.
Yeah, because he sent the card that can train here Chinacos for free. You can see they come very slowly, you see? But the minute that that card pops in, you're gonna see that this thing will change quite considerably. So let's look at that. And it's in. So these guys are still no. They're working now? They're not working though now. Now he's adjusting that. Now let's see how fast it is. You see how much faster it is now?
Yeah. It's like 22nd on this hacienda. Which one has the most of those units on the... Which one is the fastest?
7, 8, 9.
19.
They have about 9 each. Yeah. Are you talking about the time? Yeah, 19.
Yeah, about the training time.
About 19 seconds. But it's like it's a bunch of villagers on an hacienda, and he spread as much as he could so they don't kind of idle by trying maybe like some collision issues. But look at this. Look at Radovan. Oh, look at Kibble, sorry. He has 40 pikemen. He sees Mexico. He knows what's up. And the big button is up. The Greek Revolution. Radovan also called for the other big buttons, and the Chinacos are in place. The villagers are walking and walking and walking. The pikes are going straight to his base, and the villagers alone. Look, he sent pioneers. I told you, Radovan know what's up. He sent pioneers, and the villagers alone are killing everything. You see that the market upgrades are there. So the villagers are killing the camp. And now how are you gonna do with the spikes? And the Californians have to actually fight. And then the Californians can do quite good work against these units because but once they connect, it's gonna be a problem. You cannot let them connect. They have 22 damage, but they do 5 times multipliers against cap, so they do more than 100 damage per hit.
Oh my days.
Oh my god, look at those villagers. Look at Kibble's idea.
He just had the best fucking mercenaries that could spawn, that spawned into the tavern. And yeah, now 3 rockets also there. 81 of these Mitty Pathfinders.
Yeah, he doesn't care about economy. He just wants to win this game. He has 2 shipments stacked. He's overpopped. He has 3,000 coin. And he's not waiting for your opponent to do anything fancy. I mean, I really took control of the Chinacos, and here comes the 3 haciendas in 10 seconds. All these villagers are in position. All the Californians had to stop working, and then he didn't allow Radovan to have a good time. And there is nothing you can do no more. This is over. You still have 81 villagers, and they do 41 damage per shot.
Fuck, man, what is that damage? The Greek Revolution is still going on. He still has 5 seconds on them, so but yeah, Radovan now popping out a mass of Californios. They're throwing their lassos, they're trying to snare, but yeah, it seems like a little bit too little here. The rockets are being tickled, and the TC is going down. The Swiss pikemen are running behind those Californios, and what can he do, man?
Yeah, like these guys have
Canada.
Yeah, man, this is using the villagers as a strength, using that you can actually remake things with you can actually remake your stuff with food. You just have to have extra food in the bank. It's hard to get extra food though. You can actually send a couple of villagers here to start gathering extra food. You can put your banks into food as well, and actually use the Canada strength, which is actually the villagers that finally see Kibble's strategy. Only Kibble knows how to do it well. And here we go, man. This is a very well played Canada strat from Kibble, and this is the only guy that could beat Julian. And here's why. And then how strong his build order was. Ladies and gentlemen of the wild world, here we are, comrades, friends and sisters, amigos and hermanos and hermanas. Here we are. That's the final match between Kibble and Radovan. We have Kibble going for France now. France is such a cool ship to be seeing here into this finals between these two guys, and I'm really pleased to see France possibly with another French revolt into some Napoleons, and he has, I think it's a little bit harder to play France, more skillful, and but if it done correctly, it's such a menace. But in the northern side of the map, we do have on the color red as the Dutch Mr. Radovan. And Radovan, has he done the USA revolt already? I'm not sure.
No,
Can't recall.
no.
He can still choose.
Was USA. Kibble was USA game 1, where Radovan.
So Radovan went for, what's the first matchup?
You
can't. Oh,
Dutch versus Otto.
Yeah, so in Hungary, and then he went California, so he can do. He can do pretty much anything.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
While Kibble, he's actually forced to go Haiti or Revolutionary France here. So he doesn't have a lot of options.
Oh yeah, for France, right? Because France can also go USA, and then I don't think he can go USA anymore, can he?
No,
he cannot.
He can also not go Canada.
He cannot go Canada. He was so Radovan. Sorry, Kibble played USA Revolt. Was it?
Yeah. Kibble was USA and
Dutch
Canada.
USA. Yeah.
So he can only play Haiti or a Revolutionary France. So
yes,
interesting.
You also have Napoleonic era, but the Napoleonic era is a sort of like a card. Once you revolt to France, you can send another card there in the deck that you get. Then you go into Napoleonic era.
So 15 minutes should be enough to get into that era, right?
Well, even if you don't get by then, you can do it later on. It doesn't necessarily have to be straight away, but you get great economy. But you have to see what's your opponent is doing on the other side and how he's gonna react to that. So you can still get to that point, but I don't know if we're gonna be seeing Napoleonic here. But Quartermaster's age up for Kibble, and now here comes the Marketex. So on this map here, you do not have access to the TP though, and they only have European trade posts. Therefore, they're not gonna give you any experience because they have big buttons instead that give you some bonuses. So that's the deck here for the French Revolution. We have the beautiful pioneers that are gonna improve the. So your villagers become super strong into this revolt if you go for France, and then you send probably for Coureur de Bois. You get the pioneers card, you got the wilderness welfare, plus you get all of these market tax, and your villagers become super strong. It's something similar to what done with Canada, but he's doing now with France.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So probably going for that villager stuff again. Man loves to buff his villager, and let's see what the Radovan is doing. Does he have the Amsterdam and the Rotterdam bank in deck? That is what I'm wondering.
No.
Ooh, he only has 15 cards.
Yeah, this is pretty much like what Julian started doing this on the previous tournament. He had a deck pretty much focused on what he was gonna do. It's pretty much like a swag, in my opinion. Like I'm saying, look, I'm not trying to confuse you. This is what I'm gonna do, and that's it. You know what I'm coming. Can you still beat me like this? It's pretty much a swag, in my opinion. You don't get to confuse your opponent. And he doesn't have the Rotterdam Amsterdam cards. I think that's something that Bato did today and worked really well for him. He got the extra time and managed to pull it off. And it was nice to see into the South African revolt. So if you go to the economy revolt, if you can pull it off, it's a very nice card indeed.
So your bet would be Napoleon versus South Africa then.
Well,
Like if you had to bet.
but the thing is, Radovan, let's say he goes USA here or South Africa, right? He if he goes something like USA, he might have a lot of some artillery, go dragoons, like a skirm gun comp. If he goes with if he goes, gosh, if he goes South Africa, you can get heavy cav, you can get dragoons, you can get a lot of artillery. You're gonna have a lot of gold anyway. In both, whatever he does, you're gonna have a lot of gold. Artillery is a big threat. So revolutionaries from France can deal with artillery very well. Haiti though, you get like some sort of like musketeers. You can have a lot of temples, a lot of shipments and units. You can get some natives. You can use the like champion upgrades and get stronger natives. But I think I'm more inclined to see a French revolt. It's just harder to get everything right with France. You need more time. You need to play more defensive. You need to be ready for an early push. But I think the longer it goes, it kind of goes well for France, because France can still revolt again, get more shipments, get strong shipments, loads of military shipments that just coming with new things all the time. But yes, it's your villagers will be sort of defending and farming at the same time, so you have to have that in consideration. But it's definitely a good contender here for Kibble, and I do like to see it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, which revolt is gonna kill those buffed up French villagers the best? Is like your best bet to have like a mass of units like Brazil, or do you want like the strong units, like, I don't know, maybe with United States or with South Africa with your Imperial war wagons, for example? I think like you really have to swarm the French Phillies, right? They can only shoot an enemy once. They cannot like split fire. So maybe Brazil would work here good.
Yeah, Brazil is interesting, but I don't think it's the best option for Radovan. I don't think he's gonna go Brazil either. I would love to see Brazil. I just don't see it coming. It's just the winners are too weak, and I think they will probably lose for the villagers, even though they come for free. But they took just too long to arrive. New batches of and you don't have those extra town centers like you have with Portugal. So I think the Brazilian revolt from Sweden is a lesser revolt. You got less villagers. You got about 50 villagers, so you got a less revolutionaries. So I don't think it's great. And when you come to, rather than going for South Africa, for example, you will be able to get a lot of artillery. Yes, it does some damage to the villagers. The villagers actually do counter the artillery, but you have access to war wagons. I think the war wagons can do a lot of damage, and it's a bit slower though. But I think what he's gonna be focusing on is this card here, in my opinion, the Dutch States Army, and I think that's gonna be Radovan's greatest army here option, because he can do Royal Horsemen, and we know that something that villagers fear the most are heavy cav.
Yeah.
And you can see also he can do Senna Horsemen by default with the taverns and use the coin from the banks to make heavy cav. I don't know what Dohemi Amazons are, but he can do Stradiots as well. I think Stradiots don't do as well for villagers as the Senna Horsemen will do. I think Horseman is probably, I think it's the Malta cav, isn't it? They can send with the African sieves.
The center are like the African Mamelukes, basically. So very tanky, and they're good against artillery. And the Dahomey Amazons, they are like those like Sudanese knife throwers a little bit, but then like a mercenary style of them. I believe. So they are also pretty strong. Actually, if we see a Haiti revolt, there is a card that can buff even these Dahomey Amazons. So, but yeah, probably we're gonna see revolutionary France. So let's just focus on that maybe.
Yeah, Indonesia, Slopich is saying, could be extremely bold, but you could use pikes to tear down French infrastructure. Yeah, very bold indeed. I don't even know how Indonesia's goes about. I think this is going to be the most complex side of things. Simply, we haven't seen much. I'm actually gonna stick on Kibble's side a little bit longer this time, because I'm gonna be more interesting what he's up to. And he sent Regiment Ancien, or sorry, Ancien Regiment, and who gets Royal Embassy, you'll be able to do Royal Dragoons or Royal Musketeers. And he has the Royal Tax that gives him 35 coin per owned building. So once he has a lot of buildings, he can send this and get a lot of coin. But what else yeah, I think this card he has to send the wilderness. I think once he revolts to a French revolt, he can do pioneers from there. If I'm pretty sure that's the way. He's now sending his factories back to back with the 1600 wood, followed by that. And he's pretty much a very fan of the 1600 wood shipment. That avoids the 700, avoids the 1000, but he catches up on the fast age up and gets the 1600 wood instead, and sends only 3 shipments for resources, and then from there on he can rely on his economy resources. He's he just got the church stack here with mercantilism. He'll be able to send now 3 shipments on stack that Radovan has. He's going to go double factory, and possibly little speculation. He's on 7 banks, and we see the production of veteran rooters. So we're gonna see a USA revolt for Radovan.
Okay, so we're gonna see another USA then.
Yes.
A Dutch USA.
Look, we got steam power here, getting extra coin. I want to see that canteen being built for Kibble this time. With the wood that's gonna get, you cannot forget this time that he needs to get that. It's really important having the military building so you can actually make units this time. It does not have the rusted houses, so you have to have military buildings.
He's shipping the Pioneers card. So I checked actually the deck, and he cannot make he cannot send Pioneers when he's going Revolutionary France. He does have another card that gives him siege damage attack and also siege armor for his sans culotte. So he can buff his sans culotte in
Even
other
more.
ways.
Nice.
So yeah, he really needs that Pioneers tech.
He really likes to put his artillery foundry forward, which I dislike. He's been caught up before when he couldn't stop the pressure, and he couldn't actually make anti-artillery. It's a little bit misplaced in my opinion. I would like to see it back here. Just because you never know what's gonna happen in 5 minutes time.
Yeah, that's true. And he's putting both of his factories on heavy cannons straight away. So, yeah, he wants some of those juicy cannons. Going for a Royal Musketeer mixed with his sans culottes, then probably. I mean, he can still go for a Haiti if he wants. I don't think that's like a bad thing to do, because yeah, you can get like Blood Brothers from Haiti. Get these native posts up, and then also your Royal Musketeers are guard. So maybe that's a thing. But Radovan now being sneaky, scouting the base with his envoy. And he's checking out what's happening over there. Meanwhile, Kibble is doing the same with his native scout. So both of these players are having a look in each other's kitchen, seeing what they're cooking. And 1 minute before Revolt, guys. Let this be the last Revolts of the series. Who's gonna take the series here? We have Radovan in the red, Kibble in the blue. Both of these players are on match point, the last series of the game. And place your bets, people, because it's almost time.
The house popped here, just unpopped ourselves, and we are going with the Revolutionary France. And we have a shipment on the back. He did not send the Wilderness Welfare. I think Wilderness Welfare he's gonna be able to get though onto the Revolt. Oh, he doesn't. It's a shame.
I think that's Canada. Yeah, that's in the Canada Revolt.
Yeah, so he's sending Reign of Robespierre. Sans-Culotte reduces damage of nearby enemies by 5%. You gain 150 HP for defeating enemy units. So that's a lot of XP for defeating enemy units. Jesus.
That's a lot of XP.
115 XP. And then, yeah, they're gonna have reduced damage. We have veteran Royal Musketeers. They can still be upgraded to Royal Guard. Bourbons.
He's going for the old guard too now, and the young guards. So that's the grants, right, from the church.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what he's trying to get. Fat
Yeah, that's
load
pretty
of
good.
grants.
So he already sent like he already has 12 grenadiers that he made, maybe. No, they are
No,
mid guard.
that's from the church.
Oh, so he has two church. Has you another one?
Yeah, and if he does the last one, all of them become old guard, and they become quite strong. But he needs 2k food for that, and he's not collecting food anymore. So
Yeah.
oh, he's moving over to the hunt now on the left side. So I think he wants to do that, or he wants to go Napoleonic era.
Maybe, yeah.
Ooh, I'm not sure what is.
He's just going for the other hunts because they ran out of hunts. He's having a lot of time in his hand, but Radovan finally decides to push now. We sent already all the cards for the so many units though. It's really rough. He's on a 287 pop. He's on a 95 carbine cavalry, on 45 revolutionaries and 2 Gatling guns. We do have a great mass here. This Sans-Culotte, they're quite buff as well, and they will be able to take a great fight here. Hopefully he has done the market ups here for Kibble. He has not. He forgot. Oh my gosh, he forgot.
Oh.
He forgot the wilderness card, and he forgot to get great coat and the blunderbuss, which is but there's so many units for Radovan. The Radovan coming with great pressure.
This is a slaughter, man.
It is a slaughter. So many units. These units are so strong, and he comes with so much power. And the French Revolt did not manage to hold up once again. But yeah, man, the units just melted into this comp. It was this Karmagoon comp. It's just so strong.
Goodness. These Carbine Cavalry, man, they are not a joke. And yeah, Radovan taking the W here, man. We have another underdog winner. The 13th seed beating the 5th seed here. And yeah, GG to Radovan, man. It was just clean.